Welcome everyone to our newest pre-construction project that is launching next week called Arte Condos. Arte Condos is going to be one of your best investment buys in 2021 for 3 reasons. Number one, it's right in the middle of the city of Mississauga in one of the busiest intersections on Highway 10 and Dundas, where you are literally minutes away from not only the LRT, the BRT line, transit options. You're minutes from the city of Mississauga Trillium Hospital. You're also minutes away from U of T Mississauga campus and also minutes away from Port Credit. So this location is fantastic. Number 2 reason is that it is going to be uniquely designed by an amazing artist and well-renowned artist called Daniel Mazzone. As you can see from this artwork above, he's going to have unique pieces of art all throughout the building, making its design extremely unique and different. And the number 3 reason is obviously value. If you are looking for that next best investment that is great in terms of value, this is it, because 80% of the units will be priced under $650,000. That's right, 80% of the units priced under $650,000, which will be the best value in the entire city. So if this sounds interesting to you, honestly, don't wait, because this project will sell out very fast. We are launching next week on July 28th. So today, not only are we going to give you a sneak preview of the presentation center, but we have an exclusive interview with the builder and CEO of Emblem Developments, Mr. Cash Prosciutin. So come on in with me today and let's find out more details about this project. Today, I am honored to have the CEO and builder of Emblem Developments here with me today, Mr. Cash Prosciutin. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thanks, Bridget. Good to be with you.
Yeah, we're very excited about this new project here.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, no, we put a lot of time and effort into this, and we think we're bringing something very special to market.
That's great. And now with the success of your previous Mississauga project last year, Art Form, tell us what makes Arte so unique.
Well, you know, Emblem as a developer, we start with such a design-focused thesis in everything we do. For us, it's not about just being different, but it is about creating something that doesn't look and feel like everything else that's out there. And that's important for a lot of reasons, whether you're going to live in it as a homeowner. The enjoyment factor is different when the developer has put that attention to detail in everything they do, and you feel like you've purchased something that is truly special. But it's also very important if you're an investor, because if you're an investor and you're renting out the unit or you're just holding it for price appreciation, that unit that you purchased is competing with everything else that's out there. So again, if the developer has put that time and care into attention of detail, that unit will be unique and stand out from what else is out there. So of course, it means a better return on your investment in many cases. So for us at Emblem, that is really our starting point with anything we do anywhere. And in terms of Arte residences, you're going to see some of the quintessential Emblem ingredients in this building, which is our commitment to having the most exceptional floor plans and layouts. We believe this is the best floor plans in all of Mississauga right now. Whether you buy our smallest unit or our largest unit, we do not waste an inch of sellable square footage because you paid for it. You know, so one of the things we do that's interesting is we measure what percentage of the unit is hallway space. Because as you and I know, you can't relax in your hallway, you can't watch TV in your hallway, but you've paid for it. So that's money that's just out the window. And not only have you paid for it, but every month after, when you move in, you're paying for it in condo fees. So we spend a lot of time really making sure that all of our floor plans are very efficient. And then we combine that obsession with great design with a commitment to quality materials, you know, and that you see from the outside of the building. For example, the brick that we're using on Arte residences is the same brick that's used in the most expensive, prestigious neighborhoods in Toronto.
Well, I've heard that you're using a world-renowned artist for this building, Daniel Mazzone. Tell us a little bit about how his artwork is going to be placed throughout the building.
Sure. Yeah, the collaboration with Daniel was really a very natural one for us. I've known Daniel for 4 or 5 years and collect his works. And what's really interesting about Daniel as an artist is that when you look at his art, it's very synonymous with how we think and what we do at Emblem. And what I mean by that is he often focuses on a classic, an icon, whether it's a past president, an athlete, an entertainer, an actress, someone that's iconic. And he takes that icon and infuses his creativity that's very modern and puts modern with classic together. And the best part is when he's done, it feels very natural when you look at it. And that's really how we view Emblem projects. When you look at our projects, we are very much focused on creating timeless buildings. We always ask ourselves, will this building look great 20 years from now? And so we're not in the business of building trendy. We are building modern, but most importantly, timeless. We're very excited that we've commissioned them to do an original works of art for the building, which will hang in the building and homeowners will be able to enjoy it day in and day out.
That'll be really unique, especially in this Highway 10 and Dundas core, to see such a unique building come up, right?
You have to think 5-10 years out, right? And we know that when you talk to your clients about that, we think about that from a developer perspective. And when you think 5-10 years out, there's going to be a lot of buildings around Arte. And of course the buyers of Arte will be happy because they bought early and everything else that comes out is more expensive. But the point is, 5-10 years from now, when there's all of these buildings, how do you stand out? How does your building compete with everything else that's out there? And so Daniel Mazzoni, being a globally renowned artist, we know what those type of collaborations do for future values of buildings. And we believe the fact that this will always be known as the Daniel Mazzoni building will be important in the future for resale or even for rentals, you know, if you're an investor, that it will stand out from the pack.
Now tell me a little bit about the extra amenity space you're building, because I find that very unique how you've pivoted as a builder so quickly to the COVID needs that people would need in the future.
Yes. Well, thank you for saying that, because we do spend a lot of time on being intentional about anything we create, and the amenity space is such an important part of all of that. We know that for condominium living, the experience, the livability is much further and extended beyond your unit and your suite itself. And so the amenity space is important in every building, but the last 18 months has shown us how important it is to be able to live outside of the four walls of your suite. And so for this project, there's two really interesting components with the amenity space. Number one, there's lots. There's over 22,000 square feet of amenity space, which will give homeowners lots of usability throughout the building. But the second, and I think even more important point, is that we've made a commitment to outdoor amenity space as much as we have to the indoor amenity space, which makes this building unique compared to anything else that's out there. So we spent time talking to professionals like yourself, to our previous purchasers and homeowners, and we asked them, what are the amenities that you value most in a building? And we took that information and we replicated those amenities to also be available for outdoor enjoyment in addition to the indoor. So Arte Residences will have outdoor fitness studio in addition to indoor. It will have outdoor co-working spaces. It will have outdoor private dining rooms, and it will have an outdoor bar and lounge on the rooftop. All of those amenities will also be inside, but the fact that we've given them such a multiple use, we've been intentional about where we place these amenities, and we call it the multi-experience. And the multi-experience is that the gym, the outdoor fitness, is completely on its own. So if you're working out with a trainer by yourself, you have privacy, you're not right beside another amenity space, for example, a birthday party. But most importantly, after you have your workout, you go to your suite, you shower, you freshen up, and then you go to the private dining room for friends and family to have a dinner. You're in very different spaces on different floors of the building with different visual expressions and ambiance. So again, it makes it feel like there's so much more in the building as opposed to having those amenities all appear on one floor.
Within a condominium, like I know your building's very unique, you've got balconies in each unit, but to have that additional amenity space, that means so much to the actual buyers that are living into the unit.
Thank you, yes.
The next question I want to ask you is a little bit about the Highway 10 and Dundas corridor. We've heard that the city of Mississauga is going to be injecting millions of dollars over the next few years into revitalizing that corridor. And I've grown up in Mississauga all my life. Highway 10 and Dundas used to be our downtown until Square One kind of took it over. So it'll be nice to see this revitalization.
Yes.
Do you have other things to add to this and what we can maybe predict to see by the time this closes in 2025?
Absolutely. You know, look, for us, as you know, we come from an investment management background. We know what it looks like, what it feels like, what it smells like to identify a great investment opportunity. And so as much as we've talked about the building and our creative process and our commitment to attention to detail, when we look at sites to develop, it's the opposite. It's purely math, it's purely quantitative, and we look for appreciation potential, and that's one advantage we bring to the table for our buyers. We're very investment minded for part of the process and very creative for the other side. The location, absolutely, we believe this is a AAA location with lots of appreciation potential for a variety of reasons. One of them is because we are so close to Square One, which, as we know, is the heart of downtown Mississauga. And not only what Square One is today, but what it's going to develop into over the next 5 years. You will have the best dining, shopping, entertainment, employment, all of that will be at Square One. However, this is a few blocks south of that, so that's right at your fingertips. However, you have a very quiet, tranquil, residential feel because you're far enough away from it that you don't have to live and breathe it 24/7. So buyers here will have that true residential feel, access to parks, and then the transit that you bring up is such an important part of the usability of this site, but also from an investment perspective. So this will have two major transit lines going to it. You know, often we talk about having one major transit line and how important that is, but this is unique because Arte residences will have not only just the LRT, but also the BRT. So homeowners will have choice of which transit to use. And if you're driving, we have plenty of parking available in the building. We have plenty of visitor spots, 75 visitor spots in the building. And so for drivers, the highway is right a few blocks away. However way you define transportation, you will have choice within Arte residences.
Well, for our exciting launch next week, is there any sneak preview that you can maybe give to our investors during that time frame?
Sure. Look, what I can tell you is that the package that we're going to be bringing to market is going to be very exciting for our platinum agents like yourself, Pooja. So it's going to be the best terms that will ever be available on this project. So if you are interested, now is the time to reach a trusted partner like yourself to have that first access, because once that's gone, future terms will not be as attractive.
There you have it, the CEO and builder himself, Mr. Kash Prashutin, and 3 reasons why Arte Condos is going to be one of the best investments of 2021. Not only do you have an amazing location that's central, Highway 10 and Dundas, next to all the transit options and amenities, you've got an amazing artist, renowned designer, Daniel Mazzone, who's going to have a lot of the artwork throughout the building to make this building very unique. 80% of the building is going to be priced less than $650,000, which makes it an extremely amazing value throughout the city. And lastly, you've got an amazing builder by yourself who's got the credibility and the past experience to build an amazing project come 2025. And you've got our amazing platinum team here at Caps Realty Group who looks forward to servicing you and answering any questions you may have. Thank you so much, Mr. Prashutin, and we look forward to working with you long term.
We do as well. Thank you, Pooja. Thank you.